It takes the strength of a woman doing all she can to mend the broken heart of man. Still, he'll never understand the love she gives without command, and how she takes it in her stride. The second thought, a precious pride, it can never be denied. The strength of a woman, as I aim to break the chain.
Hi everybody. Hello, it's lovely to be with you tonight. Thank you very much for joining me on the Strength of a Woman live stream. As most of you know, I've got a very special guest joining me very soon. But I would like to say thank you for Paul Griffin that's joined in already, and it's nice that people are looking in. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to tell you that I haven't been twiddling my thumbs. As you know, I just spend quite a bit of time up here in the studio at Shabby Road, and I've been recording some new songs written for me by Ian Mitchard. So I'm going to play one of those songs for you now. It's called Baby Then Say.
If you could meet me tonight, baby, then say, and we'll name a time.
Baby Then Say, yes, released very soon. So that's just a little taster of what I've been up to. And just before I introduce my special guest, of course you know who it is by now, but this is just a little taster, a little clue, and see what you think of this. Indeed. There we go. Welcome to the Strength of a Woman live stream, Nicky Stevens.
Hello.
Hello. Fancy seeing you here.
Hello. Lovely to be on your podcast. Really, really is. You know, we speak such a lot on the phone. It's nice now to do it on your show. Lovely.
Thank you. It's lovely to have you here, Nicky. So, what a nice little compilation. Whoops, can't speak. Compilation there of clips. Oh my goodness me, some lovely memories. So let me go from all that now. Let's just step back a bit, and I wanted to ask you where it all started. Oh my gosh. You know, what time, what age were you when you sort of started to sing?
I was around the age of 4. Because coming from a very musical family in Carmarthen, my father played the piano and my mother sang, and many an evening was spent in the parlour, as it was called then, you know. Many an evening was spent with my dad playing the piano and mum singing, and of course I used to join in, and from a very early age I started having singing lessons and piano lessons, so my whole background growing up was just music and song, which was really lovely. My first sort of public appearance, I suppose you could say, would be in the pulpit at Tabernacle Chapel in Carmarthen, when I sang a song all about a little star shining bright in the sky, but it was in Welsh. So that was the very, very beginning.
Incredible. Oh wow. And your dad, you said your father played piano.
Yes,
And your mum sang.
Yeah, absolutely great. And of course, I was encouraged there not only doing performances to do with the chapel because there was always some concert or another. I was encouraged to enter all the Eisteddfods in Wales, and that was my life at weekends was just music. It was really lovely, and continued then into my teens, where I became part of the famous Howell Girls Choir from Llanelli, and John Williams was my teacher who put me through various singing exams and asked me if I would also be a soloist in the choir. And at the age of 14, we toured Europe, you know, Belgium and Czechoslovakia and places like that. And all my singing was classical, all the time, just classical. And constantly, I Eisteddfods every weekend.
Mm.
And then I got my first job leaving school, and at the telephone exchange in Carmarthen, and I was a telephone operator where I used to talk posh. You see, number please, trying to connect you. But it was ever so good, you know. You'd have a little listening sometimes, but you know, something a bit, ooh, you know. I can't talk. Like I can't talk long. He's just gone to the shops. I mean, oh, it'd been fun, you know.
I don't know what you mean.
Um,
Oh,
so
brilliant.
anyway, I got a transfer from Carmarthen, Swansea, and of course Swansea for me was like London compared to Carmarthen because it was a big city and it had all the latest shops, all the mod shops, because you know all the fashion was really very, very good
Mm,
then.
mm,
And my sister-in-law worked at a club in Swansea called the Townsman. And I was living there with my brother and sister-in-law, quite newly married, as I'd had a transfer to Swansea. And she said, they can't find a girl singer, the band. And she said, you should go down and audition. And I said, but I'm not a pop singer, you know, I'm classically trained. And she said, no, no, you'll be great. So she made me practice with a hairbrush as a microphone and sent me off to the audition. Well, my audition pieces were Climb Every Mountain and The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. And I got the job. I
Well,
think they were desperate, to be honest, because I sounded nothing like a pop singer. But anyway, I got the job, and my friend had a posh frock, which I didn't. My friend lent me a frock for me to go on stage. And my sister-in-law now, who knew the band leader very well, was like backstage with us. And the band leader said, you can't go on stage with a name like Helen Thomas, because that is my birth name. At that time in the 60s, everybody had stage names. I mean, you look at Bonnie Tyler, you know, I know her as Gaynor. And she was in this same band later on. Anyway, he wrote out a list of stage names. Nicky Stevens was one of them. And he said, my sister-in-law said, well, have Nicky Stevens. She said, I really like that. And, and I've been Nicky Stevens ever since. And but I've kept my birth names as my second and third name. And if it wasn't for my sister-in-law, well, to be honest, Nicky Stevens wouldn't exist.
yeah,
It
amazing.
really wouldn't, you know. And you know, I had to remind her of this. And of course, ITV Wales, they did a documentary on my life going back some years ago. So obviously, she had to be in it because she was the one that put me on the road of a totally different music career to,
Yeah,
you
change of
know,
direction.
I never thought of doing singing for a living. I was lucky. I was gifted with a voice, obviously, because I passed exams and things like that. But you see, you just never know what you're going to end up doing, do
You
you, in
never
this
know
life?
what you're going to get. And what
Yeah.
about your piano playing? Did you do grades? Um,
Yes, I did up to grade 7 on the
uh,
piano, and I used to enter Eisteddfods as well as singing with my piano playing. I won and didn't win, if you know what I mean. But that's Eisteddfod's. You know, the same person that beats you one week will come second to you the next week. You know.
Well, this is why I was hoping we'd have you here in the studio with us. I just want to let people know that that was the plan. We're going to have you here, and we're going to be talking around the piano there. And I was hoping to get you to play, but you had other ideas, didn't you?
Well, yes, I thought as I was walking down the path to my car, on my way, my journey would be to Swansea. I rolled over on my ankle, and the pain was enormous. I did actually scream, and I couldn't even put my foot down. And I thought, oh no, I've got to go to Swansea because I'm singing at my friend's 70th birthday party,
A
you
couple of
know.
weeks
And
ago, wasn't it?
he's going to do some, he was going to sing Save Your Kisses for Me with me and United We Stand. And so anyway, I went to Swansea. The limp was horrendous. The pain was horrendous. And I've been like that, thinking, oh, it's only I've torn a ligament or something. Stupid me. I went and got it x-rayed a few days ago to find out I have broken a bone in my ankle and I have broken a bone in my foot. So I am totally housebound with a sort of support shoe on, and you know, for as much as what I can, orders are to just sit and rest with the foot up. So
Rest.
that's why I can't be with you.
There we are. So we've explained that. And also, another little reason, another little soul has joined your household. And
Oh,
you'd
yes.
have to bring him with you, wouldn't you? He could
His
come.
name is Basil from Basildon.
Basil? Basil
Yeah.
from Basel. Right, okay. And how's the little mite getting on? How is he?
You know, he's a rescue dog, as
Yeah.
you know. He's 10 years of age. And sadly, I am a patron of a very good animal rescue called AA Rescue. It's out in Spain, and we have a small division over here in Essex as well. And there's this lovely lady, the soul I won't name her because it wouldn't be right to, but she's dying of cancer. And as she said to me, I'm not worried about myself, but I need to find him a good home. And then I can peacefully deal with what's coming for me, knowing that he's got a good home. Well, of course, she got him through the rescue 8 years ago. And the policy that the rescue has is if you get an animal from us and for some reason you can't keep it anymore, or whatever reason, bring it back to the rescue and we will rehome it. So, of course, being a patron, and the founder is my long life friend, Charlene Nathan, which I must give a shout out to because the rescue, they've rehomed over 11,000 dogs in 10
Oh,
years.
wow.
They're unbelievable.
Incredible. Which
And
part of Spain is this, Nikki? Which part of Spain?
they're in Almeria in Spain.
Almeria.
It's easily to find on the, you know, like nowadays, just go onto the internet and, you know, AA Dog Rescue, and that's them. And of course, I see all these dogs that need homes because I'm a patron. I see on my Facebook page, etc. Well, I saw Basil, and he just reminded me of my lovely Yorkshire Terrier that I lost just under a year ago. And when I went up to get him, he looked nothing like him. He looked 10 times bigger, and he's nothing like a Yorkshire Terrier. He's a Scotty dog, you know.
Oh, yes.
But I love him dearly. He's a totally different breed, obviously, to a Yorkshire Terrier. And he's got his own character, which he is showing me more and more of himself each day as he gains trust with me.
I'm sure, yes. I'm
And
sure.
so, and I'm in touch with the owner constantly.
Oh,
I send her
absolutely.
pictures. So it pleases her to
Oh,
know
that's
that
lovely.
he's having a good life, you know.
Absolutely, yeah, that's great. Do not show me any dogs that need rehoming. We've had a few rescue animals over the years,
Um,
but we haven't got any animals. But and that's the way I want it to stay for a bit longer. Oh,
Well, it's
so
up to
that's
July,
lovely.
but I'm very lucky. I've got two lovely neighbours that help me to walk in when I'm busy, or something,
When
with
you
the
go and
work.
injure yourself for
When I don't
attention.
get, well, especially now, they come in every day,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, he's the new member of my household.
yeah. Lovely, lovely. And what are you sat in front of there on the wall there? Couldn't you find any wallpaper? Look at those beautiful discs behind you. Absolutely incredible.
Yes,
Wonderful.
there, I won't show you all around the room, but we got something like 28 altogether, which was really lovely, and and great achievements. When you look at them and you think, oh God, yeah, all those years ago, it's so hard to believe. I mean, it's 50 years in April that we won the Eurovision Song Contest. 50
Surely
years,
not. Surely not.
1976.
Yes, I know. But wait a
Quite.
minute. Let's go back a bit, though. Let's go back. Let's go back a bit because you started singing. Your pop career started because of your
Yeah,
sister-in-law there,
yeah.
and then what happened? Then you what did you do then in Swansea? Was it where did
Well,
you go from there?
from there, I went to funnily enough, Ron Williams, the band leader, he said to me, you've got a lovely voice. He said, but you can't sing pop. He says, I'm going to have to let you go. Well, I was singing pop songs rather posh, in my diction, sort of. I remember one of the first songs I had to sing was Hey There, Georgie Girl by the Seekers, and instead of like singing it how you would, like, Hey there, Georgie Girl, swing,
Yeah.
Hey there, Georgie Girl, swing, oh God. And but I learned, and from there, and I thought, I like this, John. It's £5 a night. I was only getting £4.19 in the post office, in the telephone exchange, for working the whole week. I was getting £5 a night,
Not
and
too a
people
good
were
thing.
clapping and singing. And I thought, oh, I'm staying in this business. So, the Glen Ballroom in Llanelli, they were open every night. They needed a singer, so I went there to the band, and I was there for ages. And I worked in the day as well, which was terrible. I mean, it was hard work. And eventually, I gave up my day job and turned professional. And a man from Bridgend saw me perform, and he said, "Would you like to do the clubs?" So of course, I'm totally green. I know nothing about this. So I said, well, what happens? Who would play for me? And he says, well, they've usually got an organist and a drummer. And what you do is you get your music, which in those days, it'd be like what, something like 2 and 6 for the sheet music in the shop,
Yeah.
in the music shop, and the drummer would just go along with it the best that he could. And so I started doing doing all the clubs, and it was great. I remember my very first club, Blind Gwynfi Working Men's Club. I know, I remember it, and they were all clapping, and everything, and oh, it was wonderful. And then from there, you see, I just went from strength to strength, and then I I I had my own little band, and we went all up the northeast, doing all the clubs up there,
And what
and as
kind
they
of music was? What songs are we
all, all,
talking?
all pop songs now,
Yeah.
all pop songs, by whoever was in the charts. You had like Petula Clark, Sandy Shaw, Cilla Black, all things like that. And then I got a summer season in Jersey, and that was when things really took off and changed. And I got a new manager by the name of Bobby Pattinson, who was a very well known Northeast comedian at the time. He was on the bill of the show that I was on, you see. And I had to dance with the dancers and sing. And oh, it was great. I had all these costumes made. It was a great sort of upgrade in what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I had a choreographer who choreographed my act, and then I began changing the songs. I started doing like big power ballad stuff, having arrangements written for me, like Streisand stuff, Bassy, like
You were feeling your feet
or
there, learning to embrace what you wanted to do, mm, what you could express.
yeah,
Yeah.
and really, all the big clubs. That was like Family Variety Club, and there was because and then you see Clubland was 7 days a week. You'd start there on a Sunday night and finish on the Saturday night. But of course, a lovely one to do was the Double Diamond at Caerphilly. But now I'm fast forward a bit there to Brotherhood. But the Double Diamond Caerphilly was like, talk about we'll keep her welcome in the hillside. On a Saturday night when you'd finished your show, the whole place would stand up and sing that. It was lovely. But, sort of, no, in those early days, I performed a lot with people, I supported Neil Sedaka, Frankie Vaughan, Norman Wisdom, and a lot of big stars. So it was a wonderful experience. And then I remember one of the loveliest things that I can speak about and look back on is doing an audition for EMI Records. And they hired a pianist for me. And I sang a song by Lulu, Boom Bang a Bang Bang, which was her Eurovision song. And Lulu had just left EMI and gone to another recording company, apparently, and they were looking for somebody to replace her. So they got me a pianist, and gosh, this guy sat down and he played this music. I thought, oh God, he's good, And his name was Reg Dwight, and he said to me, after we'd finished the song, he said to me, so what, you looking for a recording contract? And I said, yeah. I says, but I haven't got any songs, And he said, well, if you get one, he says, I write for you. And I said, oh, that's nice. I said, why, what do you do? And he said, oh, I'm a songwriter and a singer. And he said, I've got a record coming out soon. My first record, he said. But he said, I'm not going to call myself Reg Dwight. He said, I'm going to call myself Elton John. So I said, oh, that's good. I said, I like that name. I said, I'll keep a lookout for you. And Elaine, of all the famous flipping people I've met at functions or we've been on shows with or concerts with, TV shows, you name it, never has been Elton John, And I would just love to meet him. And he probably wouldn't remember me, but...
Oh, I'm sure he would. Well, you never know. He might watch this.
Oh,
Might watch this show tonight. You never know.
there,
I'll let you
yes,
know
yeah.
if he gets in touch.
Yeah. So, there was such a lot of good things going on. And then one day I was in the office of a manager called Don Arden. Sharon Osbourne's father used to manage the Move. And I was in his office with my manager, the one I was telling you about, Bobby Pattinson, playing in my tapes because I went everywhere, knocking on all different doors. And there was a chap called Eric Hall who was in the office at the time. Now, Tony Hiller, who was and became the manager of Brotherhood of Man and co-wrote all our hits with the boys, this chap was Tony Hiller's nephew. And at the time, Tony Hiller was looking to form a permanent Brotherhood of Man rather than the session singers of Cyril Sunny, Tony Burrows and Russell Stone, who were all different groups, like White Plains, Edison Lighthouse. And of course, they were responsible for United We Stand.
Yes.
But they were interested in going out on the road. So Tony wanted to get 4 people that would establish themselves as Brotherhood and then continue doing live shows, records and things like that. So he, Eric Hall went back and told Tony Hiller, being he was his uncle, you see, I found this Welsh girl, she's absolutely great and all that. So we get a phone call would you come and audition? And I said, oh, I don't know. I said, I don't know if I want to join a group. I was thinking of like long-haired guitarists and things like that. I thought. And then when I was told it's vocal harmony, well, of course, the Welsh in me rose up, and I said,
Absolutely.
"Oh," I said, "What?" I said, "If
I'll
it's
have a
all
go.
yeah." So I went down and funny enough to Decca Recording Studios and auditioned for Tony Hiller, and then he introduced me to Martin and Lee, and for a while it was just Martin and Lee and I, and we recorded a few songs. Nothing was ever brought out, and when we all agreed that yeah, we'd be happy to go out on the road, Martin had remembered Sandra from seeing her working on stage with a band, and so he got in touch with Sandra, and she came down and did like an audition with us, and of course, it was just great. It was a perfect blend, and that was 1972, and and we were together, look, for 48 years. You know.
What I noticed when we were putting this little compilation together earlier on was how polished you were, how everything was absolutely in line. You were so professional. That must have taken some rehearsal.
Yeah,
It looks simple, but it
yeah. To be honest, we were big fans of rehearsing.
it
Uh,
shows.
Yeah, also we were very lucky in the fact that we were all very musical.
Yeah,
Lee has never had the credit that I would love him to have had. Lee did all our musical arrangements. He did every single hit that we had. Lee was the musical arranger. It was all his work. Everything to do with Save Your Kisses, all the hits we had, every song we put on, it was all his work. And Lee, tremendously talented, and when we would get together for rehearsals, Lee would take us through, right, this is your harmony, this is yours, this is yours. And like Martin and Sandra, they used to record theirs on a cassette. And of course, because I can read music and play music, I would just write my notes down,
yeah.
and we would rehearse. I mean, when we went out to The Hague in 1976 for the Eurovision Song Contest, we rehearsed every single day, even though the song was already #1 in the charts and had been for 2 weeks when we flew out to Holland. We had to really hit it on the Eurovision night. We had to really arrest the judges and make them see us and go, wow, the song, the choreography, everything. And even though sometimes we'd find it really boring, we'd go, no, we have to do it every single day. So we never went to any of the evening parties, because there's loads of receptions get laid on. No, we were all very good, and sort of had our early nights, so that we were always fresh for any rehearsal, because you never know who's going to be watching. So thank you very, very much for that lovely compliment. Thank
Oh,
you.
it's really showed. It's
Thank
lovely
you.
to see. Really lovely to see. Yeah. So were you actually? So you hadn't been married at all by this time. This was still.
Yes, I got
Oh, your
married.
sister-in-law. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got married
After.
a few months after we won the Eurovision Song Contest. My husband is a musician that quite a lot of people in Wales now will know. Sadly, he died a couple of years ago. We were long divorced, but loosely I'd always kept in touch over the years. His name was Alan Johnson, an excellent guitarist, which many of people held in high esteem for his
Yes.
brilliant jazz player and everything, and he played on our hit records as well. So, and then he came and enjoyed doing live tours with us and everything. So he was involved quite a lot, and then we divorced after married for quite a bit, about 14 years, 13, 14 years. When we
And then
went our own
he
way.
played a wrong note, did he?
Yes, he did. Unhappily.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So,
sadly, yeah, it's funny, things don't always work out, we agreed to split up and that's it. I won't go into detail because it's not fair. He's passed
no,
on now.
yeah.
So,
Well, let's go back now. I want to just ask you about, backtrack again now, to your mum and dad. I know your dad
yes,
played, your mum sang, and she had a lovely voice. So
yes.
they were very, very supportive and inspirational. What other sort of singers did you like in your earlier age? When you were sort of teenager, and then
Oh, as a teenager, I have to be honest, I was just mental on the Beatles because every
I
song
haven't
they
heard of them.
you haven't. Oh, bless. I'll text you later with a little list.
Yes, yes, I must look them up.
Well,
Right. Who
I
was your
love
favourite? Who was your favourite one?
my favourite one. Well, I think it was either John Lennon or Paul McCartney. I can't really remember now which one I used to like the best. I really can't actually, but I love the Beatles and I love their songs. And I remember it's a bit like, of course, with us when we were having all our hits. People had to go into a shop and hand money over a counter and receive that piece of plastic. You know, I've got loads in the garage actually, but that's another story. Um, um,
Oh,
but no, seriously, I can't even remember. Was it six and eightpence? No, no. I can't remember. It's so long ago. But I remember with the Beatles, I would order the single before it even came out, and I would get it, and oh, by the end of lunchtime, I knew the song, knew all the words, A side and B side. I just absolutely their music was so different, and the quality of their writing, appealed to me so much. Absolutely fantastic.
yeah.
And I loved all the good groups that came out. I'm trying to think back now who I had written on my satchel, because that was the
Oh
thing, wasn't
gosh, yes, yes,
it?
yes.
The Hollies, of course, they were great. The Beach Boys. Oh, the Beach Boys,
Oh, those harmonies, those
you know,
harmonies. Yeah, yeah.
it was anything that was good, anything that was good. If it wasn't good, I didn't like it. And that's how I've been with music all through my life. I mean, my taste in music is so vast right across the board, like we spoke earlier on today. Like I love um somebody like Peebo Bryson, that voice, that beautiful timbre in his voice is just
Mm,
absolutely gorgeous,
yeah.
and then somebody like who's quite fresh on the scene in my adult life as where I am now, not obviously way back, is Cynthia Enrivo. You know, she she
Gorgeous.
she is just amazing. And then Jennifer Hudson. You know,
Absolutely.
there's loads of them
The
out
real
there.
deal. Hmm.
There's loads of them out there, which are such a joy to listen to. But what I absolutely love is what makes my hairs on my neck stand up is somebody like the Treorchy Male Voice Choir. That wall of sound and those harmonies. And people have said to me, and I quite agree, what is it about the Welsh timbre in the voices? I've heard choirs who are very, very good that are not Welsh, but they don't have just that little bit extra that a Welsh choir has. So
You're
I
right.
can only put it down to the fact that there's something, there in the vocal cords. I really don't know.
Mhm.
Uh, it's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And then, you see, from Luciano Pavarotti, who I first discovered before the football back in the 70s. I'd already discovered him. I like to brag about that. And I suppose many other people had. But then I just love heavy rock. David Coverdale, Whitesnake,
Bit of White Snake.
Joe Lynn Turner, Rainbow. Oh,
As you say, really diverse. Yeah, yeah. I'm the same. Yeah, it's lovely. And it's lovely to have that. I think it's depends on the mood, and
yes,
it's lovely
yes,
to appreciate all different sort of skills in music.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I really do like, yes.
amazing. Shall we play? Shall we go? Shall we play? I think we'll go to the Brotherhood. Shall we? The Brotherhood of Man, and
Why
maybe
not?
play a little thing we've got here for
It would
you.
be rude not
It
to.
would be rude not to. Let's take you back in time to the Eurovision Song Contest and what was going on back then.
Primeros participantes. Gran Bretaña. Es Nicky Stevens. Es Martin Lee. Es Lee Sheridan. Y es Sandra Stevens. Son los Brotherhood of Man, populares en Holanda, Alemania, Dinamarca, Bélgica, por un tema titulado Kiss Me, Kiss You Baby. Traen un tema muy comercial aquí que se ha convertido en favorito. Se llama Save Your Kisses for Me. Lo representan muy bien en la escena. Estos son los Brotherhood of Man. El director de Gran Bretaña, Alan Ainsworth. Escuchen Save Your Kisses for Me.
Though it hurts to go away, it's impossible to stay. But there's one thing I must say before I go. I love you. I love you. You know, I'll be thinking of you in most everything I do. Now the time is moving on, and I really should be gone, but you keep me hanging on for one more smile. I love you. I love you. For a while, in a cute little way, will you promise that you'll say your kisses for me? Say all your kisses for me. Bye bye, baby, bye bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. Gonna walk out the door, but I'll soon be back for more kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. So long, honey, so long. Hang on, baby, hang on. Don't you dare me to stay, 'cause you know I'll have to say that I've got to work each day, and that's why I go away. But I count the seconds till I'm home with you. I love you. I love you. It's true. You're so cute, honey G. Won't you save them up for me? Your kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. Bye bye, baby, bye bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. Gonna walk out the door, but I'll soon be back for more kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. So long, honey, so long. Hang on, baby, hang on. Don't you dare me to stay, 'cause you know you've got to save your kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. Bye bye, baby, bye bye.
Ah,
What can we say? Incredible.
and you know, I
Right. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, you must have traveled so much, obviously with the Brotherhood of Man, but did you have any favorite places? Any favorite memories of different places that you might have visited?
Oh, I mean, we were very lucky, you know. We were like, say your kisses. Sorry, I was just got a little bit upset hearing Martin's
I
voice, as you
know, of course.
sadly, he died just over a year ago. Um, we were very lucky because Say Your Kisses for Me went on to be number one in 33 different countries. So we travelled to most of those countries to perform. So you're looking at all over Europe, then you're looking at the Middle East, the Far East, you know, Australia, Africa, you know, it was absolutely wonderful. But one of the places that I mean, there's stories to tell from all over the place, you know. I mean, when I go out and give my talks, uh, I always end up like having not told half of what 48 years was all about. But the one place that I really, really loved, and oddly enough, you know, Martin in the group, he agreed with me, was Sri Lanka. It was so lush
And
and
clean, very
beautiful.
clean.
Yes, and I remember as the plane touched down, we could see all these people along the perimeter fence, you know, and I said, "Oh," I said that looks like quite important, you know, because I could see flowers and everything. I said, Somebody must be arriving." It was us.
Oh,
It was us. It was the TV and the radio and everything, you know. And oh, it was wonderful. You know, I absolutely loved it. And then another place we went to was Eastern Malaysia, uh, Kuching, Sarawak, where we performed out there. And then the hotel owner offered us a free holiday for the rest of the week. And he gave us the use of the hotel minibus with a guide. And we were took to the only orangutan reserve in the world on Borneo, because Kuching is at the very top little part there of the island of Borneo. And that was something remarkable to say that you've been there. It's a reserve which rehabilitates orangutans that have been shot or, you know, with
yeah,
poachers
yeah.
and things like that. So that was it. To go out to those countries where culture is so different.
So
I mean, Europe, yeah, fabulous. You know, Switzerland, you know, all those places, beautiful. But to go somewhere where the culture's totally different, that was always lovely. And used to say, do you know, we're very blessed. We get to work in these countries and we manage to do a little bit of sightseeing as
yeah,
well,
yeah. Your
which
schedule
is
must
really
have
good.
been though. Your schedule must have been quite hard at times though. It was
The, the
tiring.
busiest the busiest schedule I can remember is this. We won the Eurovision Song Contest on a Saturday night. On the Monday evening, we were starting the whole week at the Golden Garter in Wythenshawe outside Manchester. It was a wonderful night, the first night. The curtains opened and the whole place stood up waving little Union Jack flags. I've never forgotten it. But later on in the week, we had to get up very early, and there was a private jet for us at the airport where we were flown to, I think it was Calais, and we had to do a lunchtime concert on the beach, right? Then we got back, it was a television concert for French TV. Then we got back on the private jet and we were flown to Holland where we did a tea time special television, right?
Mm.
That was that. Then we got back on the jet, which flew us back up to Manchester where we did the show, right? And in those days, you weren't going on stage till 11 o'clock. Then we got back on the private jet, flew us down to Heathrow, where we all managed to go to our respective homes, stay the night. Next morning, we were at the BBC studios doing the Cilla Black show. And then there was a limousine waiting then when we finished recording to take us back up to Manchester to do the evening show.
Wow, that's that's no easy feat, is it? That's really quite
Well,
taxing.
I tell you what, it was the work routines were so hectic
Yeah.
that I remember by the August, we had to say to our manager, we can't work at this pace. We were exhausted,
Well, it's good that
you
you
know.
recognised it really and put the brakes on a bit. You
Yeah,
know,
when,
yeah.
when you get overtired,
Well, it's not
things
good for your
start to
voice.
happen. Yeah, and I remember I was just totally exhausted.
I
It
bet
was
you were.
terrible. But then, so then, okay, point taken, and then everything became, as it should be,
A bit more.
at a decent pace.
Mm.
You
Oh,
know.
that's good.
But it was wonderful. It was wonderful to go to all these places. And of course, in the latter part of Brotherhood of Man, what we used to love doing, a lot of stadium gigs in places like Belgium or Holland, and especially Germany, where they'd have maybe the show would be all past Eurovision winners. And that was great. So we used to call ourselves the Eurovision family,
I was going to
like
say, like being in the
we
club.
had like there was the Olsen brothers from Denmark. There was Johnny Logan, Ireland.
Johnny
There
Logan.
was
Yeah.
Katrina, who had won
Yeah.
for our country, and it was really great. The social side of it, to see all these acts who had had success. But talking about Eurovision, I must say, in case some people don't know, that Save Your Kisses for Me is the biggest selling Eurovision winning song to
To
date.
date, yeah. I was just going to point you in that direction, ask you about that. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And,
That is incredible.
and, you know, you have your knockers, people that go, oh, what a cheesy flipping song. And, I say about anybody, even stuff that I don't like we won't name names, but you and I earlier today were talking about a certain singer that you said, I don't particularly like that singer, have a listen, and I did. So people like that, okay, not for me. I quite agreed with you. But I always say, hey, if you're successful, that's great. I
Absolutely.
applaud you, whether I like you or not, whether I like your song or not. It's great, because
Absolutely. They're doing
there's
it.
so many people out there trying to do the same thing.
That's right.
So I think I always applaud success,
Absolutely.
always do.
Did you collect lots of memorabilia? Did you have to put the brakes on yourself with that at all?
Well, yeah, at first, any newspaper cut in, oh, you could cut that, But my mother was great because she collected a lot of stuff from newspapers and put them all into nice albums for me.
Oh,
You know,
wonderful.
uh, I know I have got in my garage. I've got a massive trunk, and it's full of stuff. But I just know I haven't looked at it for 20 odd years. Uh, it'll all get thrown because you don't look at it again. I've got enough to last. Enough newspaper cuttings, and of course, when Alan and I got married, our picture was in every newspaper, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's really strange to look back that the newspapers thought me and Alan were news that people
Yeah.
should know and see our picture because we got married.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's lovely when you look back. Lovely when
Oh,
you
and
look
it's
back.
amazing, and it's wonderful that that you can look back
Mm.
at all that success. It's an amazing journey, isn't it? Um,
Absolutely.
did you
I
have a
remember
favourite
seeing,
song? Sorry.
of course, it's got to be Save Your Kisses for me. It's got to be because that 3 minute song, as Martin used to say on stage, the 3 minute song changed our
Changed
lives
lives.
forever, and it did. There's certain songs rather that we've done on albums that I'm very, very proud of vocally. One, oddly
Such
enough, I'm
as.
playing the piano on it, only myself. We did a beautiful 4-part harmony of Send and Clowns, which I've always been proud of. And also in the very early days, at the beginning, we did a 4-part harmony version of He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother.
Wonderful.
I've enjoyed those because they're not your little bop along pop songs. It shows your vocal strengths and your capabilities which I've always enjoyed,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's great because I teach singing privately now, and it's wonderful to be able to teach youngsters certain things regarding how to sing. I love it, being able to give them that knowledge.
Absolutely, yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Very rewarding. Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it is.
Oh, wonderful. Um, I was talking to somebody a few nights ago, a musician, and he said he loves to watch other drummers and guitarists and keyboard players talking about their lives as
Yeah.
musicians. But he said there's only so many things you can ask and say about a certain snare drum or a keyboard or a guitar. There's sometimes you get a bit fed up of hearing about the musical side of things. And he said sometimes I just want to know what they like to eat, what they do when they're not working. Do they like mountains or beach? So I've got a couple of quick fire questions I wanted to ask you, so we get to know you without being the music side of things. So I want to ask you your taste in food. Would you go for sweet or savoury?
Sadly, both.
I thought I had a funny feeling you'd say that.
I know, honestly, both. I'm hopeless. Give me cheese and biscuits, a lovely selection, say, of cheese and biscuits, right? And afterwards, a bag of chocolates. Oh,
Okay. Okay, well, that's answered his question there. And what about comedy? Comedy or drama? What's your preference?
comedy. I'm a big Monty Python, Blackadder, that sort of stuff. I'm a great fan of Michael McIntyre, that he can make fun of just things that we do. I mean, he is just absolutely hilarious. But Python humour and Blackadder humour is absolutely, me to the T. I just love it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good comics out there, Peter Kay, John Bishop. I've seen them all perform, and they're tremendous. When it comes to drama, I love period drama. I love like I've never missed an episode since it started of Downton Abbey.
Do you know I've
I've
never
seen-
seen it?
Oh,
I've never seen it.
yeah.
And interestingly, when we're talking about getting married and things like that earlier on, I grew up with my parents didn't like the Monty Python and those sort of things. And when I got married or had a boyfriend and got married the first time, he said something like, well, let's watch, Blackadder. And oh no, I don't want to watch that. I'd never seen it. And I think that's so interesting because it was my parents' point of view that I was going on. I'd never actually seen it. So very interesting as we grow up and we learn about things that we like, without people's opinions being ingrained in us. Yeah.
And I tell you a comic that I absolutely adored, and I have loads of videos of him. And I'll say videos because it was the time of videos, because he retired quite early, was Lee Evans.
Oh, yeah. And,
Oh my God, he'd have me in hysterics. Absolute hysterics.
Yeah, and his dad was very good as well, wasn't he?
Yes, his father.
His father
But do you
was
know,
brilliant.
I have to say this to my colleagues of Brotherhood of Man. I laughed with them like I laughed with no other. We had this in-group humour, that it would just set us all off laughing, and I would be crying. The tears would be rolling down our cheeks.
Wow, what fabulous memories to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very special.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah. And our love, of course, goes to Sandra and all of you now struggling, because it's been a very sad year losing Martin. And
And it was very unexpected. He fell ill, and it was only a few days, and it was all over. It was a big shock.
awful
Big
shock.
shock.
Yeah.
I always remember one day, because Lee and I, we used to travel a lot together in the car, And I don't know, one day I just said, I wonder which one of us will die first. And he went, oh, he said, for God's sake, he said, he says, you can't say that. And then he must have thought about it. And he said, it'll probably be you because you smoke, you know. Well, I
Wow.
mean, I have given it up now. I don't smoke anymore, you know. But for a great part of my life, I mean, there's a fabulous picture that a fan posted online of me in the recording studios with the headphones on at the mic and a fag in this hand.
Wow.
I-
Well, yeah, I used to be able to go anywhere with a, with one in your mouth, wouldn't you? You could go into banks and everywhere. It was a different vibe then. I was
Funny.
somewhere in London with a friend of mine a few months ago, and we had a meal out in a garden, a pub garden, and I saw quite a few people smoking cigarettes, and it hit me that, gosh, you don't see that so much anymore.
No,
It's
you don't.
really, of course, we've got other
I
things.
find that, yeah. You know, I find it. I go, oh, that person smokes, you know.
Yeah. How long ago did you give up?
Oh, do you know, I really can't remember. Quite some years ago, really, quite some years ago.
So what did you replace it with?
You know,
Oh,
I didn't, because the last
good.
time I gave it up, I decided I really did want to be a non-smoker, because I remember I started to feel I'm not breathing so good. My breathing control when I'm singing isn't as good, and I found I would get out of breath, and I thought it's the cigarettes, they've got to go. But I tell you what, though, I do miss it, because if anything is ever bothering you and you're vexing over something, there was nothing like, a cup of tea and a fag, it'll all be sorted. Cup of tea and a fag,
Oh
then.
dear. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
so I do miss that, you know, and first thing in the morning, sat out in my garden with a fag and a cup of tea, getting ready to start the day. But,
Do you enjoy your
you know,
garden? Do you enjoy gardening?
I do. Sadly, I can't do as much as what I would like to, because I'm very naughty. I've got a weak back. There's nothing wrong with it bones-wise. It's just the core muscles need to be strengthened. The answer, do Pilates constantly. But as I said to my family, I was with them last weekend, I said, when it comes to exercises, I am a total failure.
I get
I
exhausted
go,
watching the
yeah, I'll do it.
videos.
I start off thinking, yeah, great, you know, and then, you know, my
It's
own
keeping
fault.
it up. I must admit, I like to walk generally, but I lived down in somewhere you might know, down in Carmarthenshire at one time, a place
Yes,
called Buryport, a beautiful little gem. A
yes,
lot of people don't know
yeah,
about it. Shh, don't tell
yeah,
them. It's a lovely, lovely place, and I would love to walk in that area.
yeah.
You're never tired, and the sun sets down there in the west. And I was on the beach about 9 o'clock one evening, sorry, and a friend of mine phoned, and she lives in Leicester. Hello to my friend in Leicester, by the way. She looked after me really well last week. Thank you very much. And she phoned me and she said, "Are you still at that picture you just took and you sent to me? Is that now?" I said, "Yes, it's now." She said, "It's dark in Leicester. It's dark up here." But it was still light in Buryport, a
Yeah.
lovely little town.
And,
But
and you know, talking about the sunsets in Wales, I tell you, where it is a great sunset, and you know, when the sky is clear, and you know, and you get that redness, is the steelworks at Port Talbot,
yes, yes,
because the whole lot
yeah,
silhouette, and it looks amazing. It
yes.
absolutely does. And of course, you've got that lake there in front of it,
Love to
so
see the
everything is yeah,
on the sea,
uh,
lovely in the lake. Yeah,
it's a good thing. It's a good
it's
thing.
a beautiful place. So, so you're not living in Wales, though, are you?
No,
What's
I
going on there
emigrated.
then?
Yes, I know. But it's funny, do you know, when we used to have to pay to come over the Severn Crossing, you know, I remember one night I was coming home to Wales, and it was after a gig, so it was early hours of the morning, and I would, just let myself into my mum's. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning, or my brother's in Swansea, and as a joke, being light-hearted, as I went to pay my money at the booth, I said to the man, I said, it's not good enough, I said, having to pay to come home. And he went, well, don't leave then. And I thought, well, all right, the way he went, well, don't leave then. There was no humour in his voice or anything. I was just trying to be, a smiling face, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And look, here I am, and I'm all lovely and smiley.
And he was miserable. Oh. Oh, well, yes, it's quite strange now. We don't have to pay to come home anymore, though, Nicky.
Oh, good, no. No, I live in Dorset, and Dorset's a beautiful country. I live very near Bournemouth, and of course, we've got the wonderful Jurassic Coast, which,
Yes.
that's Welsh, of course. The wonderful Jurassic Coast. See, there's a difference, isn't there? Coast and coast.
Coast. Yes.
Wonderful beaches. But come on, South Wales, look what we've got as well.
Yeah.
But it's lovely.
The
living
UK
there.
is gorgeous all around, isn't it? I
We're
was up
very
in
lucky.
Harrogate the night before last. Beautiful area. And Knaresborough, Narborough. I was in Leicester in the week. Beautiful. Just lots of lovely places to go and see.
That's it. Well, it's green, isn't it? We're
Yeah.
a green country. So shove a little hill in here and there, and it's.
So you've got 3 shows that you were telling me that you go around. So talking about your life. Can you tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that? Have you got any coming up at all? Any plans for next year?
Yes, I've got a few in the book for next year. For small little organisations like Towns Women's Guild, U3As, Women's Institutes, WIs. Gosh, I tell you what an eye-opener. We've always thought of them as like fairy cakes, twin set and pearls. Not
Yeah.
really. They're great. They're fantastic to do. And I've got 3 talks. The first one, they're all an hour. Well, they could be more, but, they have things to do in their meetings,
Yeah.
So my first one is called The Road to Eurovision. So that tells you all about my life from what I was telling you in the beginning as a little girl in chapel, and then all the fun things. There's a lot of bits of comedy as well, peppered in there. And that goes right up until the morning after we won the Eurovision Song Contest, because I thought we were coming home on the plane and I thought, right, I'm famous now. So I know what will happen. When I get home, there'll be TV cameras and the radio and the press, because I've seen it happen to other people on television. So I made sure my hair was tidy and I was all nicely made up. And I pulled up outside my little flat in Watford and there wasn't a soul to be seen.
Down with a bump.
You know where they were? In Carmarthen at my mother's house. Where's your daughter, Mrs. Thomas? Oh, I can't tell you, she's resting. Resting as if I'd been to war or something. Oh, she's resting. And there they are. She's got the television in the house. Oh, this is the room where she was born.
Oh.
And this is the latest photo that I've got of her now. And if you'd like to come in here, you can see that I've got blah, blah.
And would you like a cup of tea? Wow. Oh.
With Terry Wogan, over the phone and everything. And
He was a lovely man, Terry
She
Wogan.
was voted famous mum of the year. No wonder she had all my interviews, But
Oh.
when I opened that front door, there was loads of notes and beer mats with their messages on, and fag packets that had been ripped open to form a little postcard, because everybody smoked, didn't they?
Yeah.
There was loads of them on the floor and everything, so that was great. So the talk is up to there. Then the next one is called I'm Really Famous Now. And I tell them all the fun things that happened in our career, all the great things, performing in front of royalty and everything. Wonderful stories to tell. And then the third talk is called What I Didn't Have a Chance to Tell You.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. And where can people access the information about where you might be appearing? Have you got a website that you keep
No,
updated,
I
or you
haven't.
just
I haven't. Because where I appear to do these talks, it's local.
it's
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's all within a small driving
yeah,
radius. You know, I mean, perhaps the furthest I will go is about 7 miles away because there's so many of these organisations in
yeah, yeah.
Bournemouth and Poole and the little surrounding areas. But they're fabulous fun to do.
And
They're really
lovely, lovely women,
and,
very,
and
very active, sort of.
and they love it, and
Yeah,
they love to hear the stories, you know.
wonderful.
I always open up with, looking around the room. I fear that you're all a little bit too young to remember how it is.
Wonderful.
Like, okay, let's put it to the test, which is what we used to do this on stage as well. And then, so the opening is the whole room starts singing "Save Your Kisses for Me," and it's lovely. I thoroughly, I enjoy it, Elaine, because I'm back on stage again, where I belong. I miss the stage dreadfully. I really, really do.
Yeah, you must do. Oh gosh, don't start me off now. Emotional. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, well, you keep telling people.
Or
Hang
Can
on.
see.
camera may have gone.
Ah. Oh,
Mic is still on.
oh, the microphone's on. Well, we seem to have a problem with the camera.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Well, you must keep telling all your stories, Nicky, and I'm going to come down and we're going to get that ottoman opened, or your suitcase, you're in the garage, and get all these newspaper cuttings out. And
Ottoman.
that's a posh word, isn't it? Blanket box, your blanket box, love. Yeah, apologies, my camera's gone off. It's gone off. It's off, it's gone. But anyway, we will keep in touch, and I look forward to hopefully coming and seeing one of your talks sometime. Nicky, what can I say? It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much for being a guest on the show.
Can I just say it's been lovely to be on your show. It really, really has. And before I go, for anybody that's listening, because I know we did put this out on Brotherhood's Facebook and all that, something I've never had a chance to say, but thank you to all our fans that have stayed with us and have been with us during the duration of our careers. We thank you all. Without you, Brotherhood would never have been where they were. From the heart, I thank you all for that.
Yes, here. It's absolutely that's so special that everybody's sort of stuck with you, followed you, and thoroughly enjoyed your absolute professionalism, because you have been amazing, the four of you, and all our love to all of you, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon, Nicky. We've got so much to say, and you must come back, and we'll have another chat sometime. Would you do that for me? I want you to play the piano. Come up and see us at the studio.
Okay. Can I bring Basil?
Absolutely. It's a must.
Basil from Basildon.
I insist. Basil from Basildon comes.
He has been laid at my feet the whole time.
Oh, bless him.
Now and again comes up and he headbutts my knee. But I just put my hand down.
Oh, bless him. How old is he, did you say, Nicky?
He was 10 in September.
Oh.
So hopefully I will have him for a few years. But as anybody knows that has animals, I'm such an animal lover. The worst thing about having an animal is that they don't live long enough, and you have to say
it's
goodbye.
heartbreaking, isn't it? Yes.
And it breaks your heart. It really does. But
it does, but you can only do your best. Because, of course, we lost our lovely cat, Alfie, who was a stray, and he turned up in our outside our bungalow down in Carmarthenshire, and And of course I named him after I was recording the Bacharach album at the time. My Love Is Still the Answer album, and we called him Alfie, and he passed away. We had to have him put to sleep, and then I did a concert, and I didn't quite know how I was going to be able to sing Alfie without being emotional, even though I know the song's not about a cat. But
I
it was,
know, I know.
no, they do. They go
It's,
to your heart. We still miss them so much.
I read a piece on Facebook from, he was either a psychiatrist or a psychologist or one of those, that is a long name anyway. And he was saying, because like some people were saying, the grief I have for my animal that I've lost, my dog of 15 years or whatever, I hate to say it, but my grief is harder than when I lost my mum or my dad. Apparently, I can't remember everything in detail. I wish I'd actually done a copy of it, but apparently, with a dog or a cat or whatever, it opens up part of your brain that doesn't normally get accessed. It's almost like it's reserved for that kind of grief.
Right.
It's a different way of hitting the brain, and I wish I could remember to describe it more, but it makes a lot of sense to me because of the grief I have felt losing my 2 little Yorkshire Terriers that I had for 15 years, you know.
It's very real, very real.
Yes, but there again, you look on the bright side, the nice side, and think, well, it's like just one story now with Basil.
That's
you know,
right, that's right.
He didn't have a good start in life up until he was 2, and then this lovely lady got him for 8 years, and now he's mine until he sees the end of his life, bless him. So, you know, that's what we do, isn't it? That's what we do.
You wouldn't change very much in your life, would you?
I
Anything
I don't think so, really. You know, because when I look back through life, everything I've done, everything that's happened to me, all the mistakes I've made, and there's been plenty, it has made me the person that I am now.
Yes, that's right.
You know,
That's right.
lessons I've been learning, and I'm wiser. Some of the lessons have been hard, and at the time, learning the lessons was quite distressing. But you come through it, and you come through, and you get to the end of it. When you come out of it, you're a better person than before you went in. That's how I always like to look at life. And like now, you know, I honestly do believe that life, you're still learning until the day you die. You know, there's always some kind of experience that will give you a learning curve. You know?
Absolutely. That is the only way we can look at life, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of songs, a lot of musical notes.
Oh, yes.
Where would you be without music?
I know. It's wonderful. You know, it's tremendous therapy. I use my music knowledge and the gift I have for a small part-time job I have now, working just 3 days a week. It's only 6 hours. It's still a lot, but basically just, you know, coordinating activities. And of course, it's therapy. I always say to people, when you're down or whatever, there's nothing like listening to music or yourself singing. Even if you're a bad singer, it doesn't matter. Sing. It'll help you. Even if it's just for a short time, it helps.
Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing.
Are we still on air?
Sing a song. Yes, we are. We are. Can you hear me?
No, I'm just looking at the photo that Al is doing with the camera. It's very interesting.
He's trying to find me again. Trying to find me again. We.
Well, I can see both of you now.
Yes, a slight technical problem, but we're not the BBC or you know, but it's called live stream for a reason. It's all live.
But you know, for those that are watching, the gentleman that you caught a glimpse of there, Mr. Al Steele, responsible with him and his fellow musicians and his studio at Shabby Road, for doing all the backing tracks for one of our albums, the 70s show. So
That's right. That's
all
right.
the backing tracks. Yeah, very good studio.
It
Very
is.
good.
It's lovely. There we go.
Thank you, Nicky.
Take a bow. Take a bow, Al Steele.
Hang on.
There you go.
Yes, we wouldn't be without him. We wouldn't be without him. But anyway, well, look, listen, I love you and leave you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you again so much for joining me tonight. You're a wonderful, wonderful woman, and keep strong.
Yeah.
And keep smiling, and get that foot better, because when I come down and see you, we're going to go and strut our stuff.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yes, I'm up for it.
Okay.
You take care of yourself. Love to Sandra, love to Lee, and you yourself, of course. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in to see us tonight. It's been a real treat. Lovely to speak to you, Nicky. You take good care of yourself, and Basil. Lots of love, and thank you very much. See you again soon. Bye-bye, darling.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.